Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are well. Welcome to our kitchen. Today we're doing a recipe that is one of the most heavily requested ever on the channel. They are known as slutty brownies, but I don't really like that name. We're going to call them what they actually are: Oreo cookie dough brownies. If you could imagine 3 layers, 3 stacks, a bundle of heaven in a sugary mountain, that's what they are. You've got a cookie dough base submerged with an Oreo, and we're going to go for like the double cream ones, max fill, almost like a wedge of toothpaste holding it together, and then it gets drenched with the brownie batter and baked together, fused as one slab of awesomeness. I have seen these before, but I have made these already. It's a video that I lost. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I filmed this recipe 2 weeks ago. It was blooming stonking, lost all the footage, but now I'm going to make it again for you, and it's going to blow your mind. I'm so glad you requested it, and I'm so glad I get to make it again. Let's do it. Hey Butterfingers, first thing we're going to do is get ourselves a tin like this. Now this, makes a lot of noise. It's also a musical instrument, but it is primarily a baking tin with a loose bottom, and this is kind of like a non-slip one as well, but if you want, for peace of mind, you can line it, or if you've got a silicone pan, they're amazing. Don't worry about the sides so much because they'll come away, but make sure you grease your bottom and paper it if you want. That sounds so wrong. Yeah. In this bowl is some melted butter that has slightly cooled down, so we're starting off with the cookie layer. Now a classic cookie has got that contrast of both dark sugar and white caster sugar. Well, in fact, I'm taking it up a notch even more than when I made it the other days. I'm actually doing a fusion of white and milk chocolate chips in there too. Ooh, naughty cookie slabs. All right, so before adding the drier ingredients, we're gonna stick in 1, 2 oofs and some vanilla extract. But if you wanted to make the whole thing like minty, some mint extract, or you could do chocolate orange cookies. All right, whizzy whizzy. Beautiful, and I'm not sure if you could see initially just before there was a slight buttery trail. Now that has been taken away. So we've got some flour, and we're just gonna add this in batches. And look at the difference that's made already. It's gonna thicken this up lovely, and our cookie is nearly done. I'm gonna do this, and we'll see you once I get to all the flour in there for a very, very vital step. Look at that. Oh, right. Yep, that important step. Unnecessary salt bay. I don't know if I got any in the bowl. Oh, I think I did, yes. But we did find actually the other day on the recent kitchen hacks video that adding salt to coffee does take the bitterness out of it. It was quite good. What I didn't show, well I don't think I did, was when it's cool, it's disgusting. It's nice when it's warm, but all of a sudden when it's slightly cold, it just tastes like salt water you're drinking. Maybe that hack wasn't great after all. So the last thing we're going to do is add in our chocolate chips. Now we'll need these in a bit, so we'll clean them up. I just want to jump in. I only sometimes see this stuff after I'm editing a video. We've done it again, folks. We've got a little bit of a splodge on the lens. I do clean it at the start and end of each video. Something must have happened to get that on there. It looks like some sort of batter splash. Sorry. I just realised how my electric whisk looks a little bit like an owl when I've taken the whisk attachments out of it. Hello, cuckoo. Right, the chocolate, that's what an owl makes. Woohoo, woohoo. Yeah, sorry. Use a spatula and caress. Don't blast it with a whisk because you could damage them, and it only needs an initial fold. We don't want to sort of disturb the consistency of the mixture too much, okay? But just randomise it up, and you can see, we started with quite a runny mixture, how lovely that is. And that on its own baked is a gorgeous cookie. But it's not just that. Oh no, it isn't. If you aim for the middle a little bit, and then we can spread it around, and you can see how it is quite firm. That is a perfect platform for level 2. There we go, and that was 1.5 packs, and that might have been the most boring game of drafts I've ever played, but hopefully you can see there, as the sun comes out to show you, it looks like a load of macarons, doesn't it? This recipe is actually fairly simple, and we're on to the 3rd layer now, making the brownies, and one of the most important steps is actually just washing up. That's pretty cool. But the other important thing is the much, much nicer, fully chilled. Yeah, you get this sort of like gorgeous cookie base, but like this fudgy layer. Hello. Did you have a drink? And you know what? To make it even more nutritious, we're going to stick some cream and chocolate sauce on at the end. One little note though, remember if you are using a springform tin, be careful. We're going to put this out to the side for 1 minute. Make sure it's on a nice consistent flat edge. If you put it on something, I mean not that you would, if you put it on like a bumpy mound or something, it could just shoot up. You don't want that to happen. Brownie batter. That's just like the coolest noise in the world. This is a mixture of white and dark chocolate. I normally go dark, but the whole thing of mixing it up today, I thought I'd just, get a bit crazy. Yeah, so with the brownies, you kind of have your two main bowls. You have your buttery chocolate bowl, which gets mixed with eggs in another one, which we need to get this melted again. So similar steps as before. We can melt this up or do it over a pan if you want, but we'll bung it in the microwave. 30-second blasts, otherwise you'll get butter everywhere, and people will not like that. Mainly Mrs. B. I love this sight. Because the great thing is, it doesn't need to be fully melted. You see your butter is kind of like soft buttery pillows. All right, we went there, we said that. But it's gonna help melt because they're chocolate chips as well. You could just buy a bar of chocolate and grate it in, but just buy chocolate chips. Half the work's done for you, right? You mix it all together like that, and it will get those lumps out. It will start to thicken and go really glossy. Oh my gosh. For a brief moment of your life, you can feel what it would be like to be Augustus Gloop. But once it's smooth like that, you can leave it just to one side whilst we work on our eggs. Right, just might as well preheat the oven. We're nearly there. Remember, the full steps and write-up are on the website. So the chocolate bowl there can just kind of stay and do its thing right here. We've got 3 eggs in a bowl. That yolk sadly splattered, but we're all good. No shell this time. And the sugar, I'm not even going to sieve it, going straight in like that. And what we do is whisk away, let the eggs absorb the sugar. It will look a bit weird at first, like crystallized, but keep going. All right, sugar's just dissolved in there, but don't stop there. Keep whisking for about 5 more minutes. Yeah, it'll get a little bit lighter and it'll increase in volume. About 5 minutes. Okay, happy with that? See, we've driven a load of air into it too. What we're gonna do is pour the chocolate mixture right in there like that. Oh my gosh. Just push it right on there. It can go quite marbly. You can really enjoy this moment if you want. So you can get that spatula in and fold it. But today, I think I might just use the whisk. Turn it on a nice low speed. I nearly had it on full speed then. Splatter everywhere. Now, in doing it with a spatula, you do get to sort of really work it through slowly. But that quick blast there with that, it's all nice and combined. And we can pour it into our tin. Okay, so here is the moment. We drench the brownies. No, we drenched the Oreos with the brownie filling. It's quite surprising to me. I thought, oh, you might need to bake the cookie dough layer first, but you don't. You just let it all fall in together. It's going to separate and find its way between the Oreos, settle because it's fairly fluid. All of that in there, it's just going to settle itself. Notice how I've got quite a high-rise pan. It should raise all the way up. Okay, my oven's just preheated and I'm like, I haven't added the flour in. I was like, I got confused by the chocolatiness of it. The chocolatiness of it. We're gonna try and add the flour into this now without because there's no way we'll get that out of there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it looked chocolatey enough, but we've got cocoa powder and a bit of salt, of course. Completely unnecessary salt, but not doing that right now. More important things. I'm gonna put it all in with my flour, and to give it the best chance I can of like settling in quite gently, I'm sieving it in. So it should absorb it, but of course we will stir this through very carefully. So yeah, I'm gonna just fold it in. Oh yeah, that's working fine. Right, this might take a little bit of time, and as long as I get it nice and spread out, I think we'll be good to go. I was thinking, wow, this is a no flour brownie recipe. I don't think I've done one of those for a long time. And oh, okay, this is gonna be just my luck. I'll drop it now. It goes in for a minimum, absolute minimum of 45 minutes. You'll know when it's roughly done, but if it does start to catch and burn the tops too quickly, put some foil on. It's really important we get it nice and cooked through. Yeah, I mean, you don't want rare brownies, that's for sure, but you do want a bit of fudginess to it as well, which is why letting it fully chill at the end will give it that perfect combination of the cookie dough, the Oreo, the fudge, and a lovely crispy topping. Now we just gotta wait. Okay, amongst the excitement of doing another batch of washing up and waiting for that to bake, this is something that's happening quite a bit recently. You guys are sending me like Amazon gift receipts and I massively appreciate it. Thank you so much. The person that sent me this, I forget your name now, but I will thank you when the video comes. I've got some salt and pepper pig shakers. They're magnetic and they kiss apparently. And also this thing called a banana logo. So look out for that in a future video. Thank you so much for doing that, it's very kind. I keep saying to Mrs. B, yeah, I'm getting rid of the gadgets, they're going. And then like, this is like the 6th parcel this week alone. So, I mean, keep them coming. I generally am very appreciative of it. Thank you. Actually pushed the baking time up to the full hour. In fact, just slightly over that. The smell, wafting it here. Smell that, smell it. The downside is we've got to get it out and it's best when it's fully cooled, which is not normally the case for brownies, but trust me. Oh, the time has just gone off. Papery cracks on the top and I'm catching my chin on my oven. There we go. Papery cracks on the top. Now the one thing I am going to do as it cools down fully, I'm going to just ease it with a spatula along the sides that as it cools, it might rest down and firm and join back up with the rest of it. I don't think it's going to segregate like one sort of lid. It looks fairly nice and combined, but it'll just make getting it out of the tin a bit easier. So yeah, I'll see you in a few hours. Okie dokie then folks, that has been 3 hours and we are ready, oh my gosh, to pop this thing out. This is one of those things where I do it, look, I'll do that, and now it's stuck on my arm. All right, I'm trying to work out roughly where the cut mark will be. I'm gonna go for about here and go down through. Look at that. Oh, I think that must be a white chocolate chip. The gooey middle, the cream filling, the brownie encasing it, and that cookie base. The corners do seem to be the best bits though. I mean, not that I'm picky, there's a bit in there, you see that there? Oh, right. There's only one way to finish this, with cream and chocolate sauce. Suddenly I'm glad I'm home alone. Oh. It's just unbelievable. Believe it or not, when you put all the sugar in there, the cookie kind of gives it like a savoury, salty twang. I can't quite explain it. You've got the Oreo cream, a little bit of the crust there where it's merged in with the brownie batter. The cream and the chocolate sauce just drenches it and just adds to it. I mean, definitely visually. But it's blooming stonking. Now, it's not the sort of thing I tell you to eat all of that. I mean, don't be tempted. I need to go and keep myself very busy now, so I'm going to go edit immediately. But if you do try this, don't forget to send me a photo on your social media of choice. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you're notified of new uploads. And, I mean, look at that. We should just end on that absolute master. It's just amazing. Time for a big run.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.
I mean, obviously I'm eating more for research purposes.